And now, the Wikipedia article for table. A table is a piece of furniture with a raised flat top and is supported most commonly by 1 to 4 legs, although some can have more. It is used as a surface for working, eating, or placing things. Some common types of tables are the dining room tables, which are used for seated persons to eat meals, the coffee table, which is a low table used in living rooms to display items or serve refreshments, and the bedside table, which is commonly used to place an alarm clock and a lamp. There are also a range of specialized types of tables, such as drafting tables, used for doing architectural drawings, and sewing tables. Common design elements include top surfaces of various shapes, including rectangular, square, rounded, semicircular, or oval. Legs arranged in 2 or more similar pairs. It usually has 4 legs. However, some tables have 3 legs, use a single heavy pedestal, or are attached to a wall. Several geometries of folding table that can be collapsed into a smaller volume, for example a TV tray, which is a portable folding table on a stand. Heights ranging up and down from the most common 18 to 30 inches, 46 to 76 centimeters range, often reflecting the height of chairs or bar stools used as seating for people making use of a table, as for eating or performing various manipulations of objects resting on a table. A huge range of sizes, from small bedside tables to large dining room tables and huge conference room tables. Presence or absence of drawers, shelves, or other areas for storing items. Expansion of the table surfaces by insertion of leaves or locking hinged drop leaf sections into a horizontal position. This is particularly common for dining tables. The word table is derived from Old English tabere, derived from the Latin word tabula, a board, plank, flat top piece, which replaced the Old English board. Its current spelling reflects the influence of the French table. Some very early tables were made and used by the ancient Egyptians around 2500 BC using wood and alabaster. They were often little more than stone platforms used to keep objects off the floor, though a few examples of wooden tables have been found in tombs. Food and drinks were usually put on large plates deposed on a pedestal for eating. The Egyptians made use of small tables and elevated playing boards. The Chinese also created very early tables in order to pursue the arts of writing and painting, as did people in Mesopotamia, where various metals were used. The Greeks and Romans made more frequent use of tables, notably for eating, although Greek tables were pushed under a bed after use. The Greeks invented a piece of furniture very similar to the gerydon. Tables were made of marble or wood or metal, typically bronze or silver alloys, sometimes with richly ornate legs. Later, the larger rectangular tables were made of separate platforms and pillars. The Romans also introduced a large semicircular table to Italy, the mensa lunata. Plutarch mentions use of tables by Persians. Furniture during the Middle Ages is not as well known as that of earlier or later periods, and most sources show the types used by the nobility. In the Eastern Roman Empire, tables were made of metal or wood, typically with 4 feet and frequently linked by X-shaped stretchers. Tables for eating were large and often round or semicircular. A combination of small round table and a lectern seems very popular as a writing table. In Western Europe, although there was variety of form, the circular, semicircular, oval, and oblong were all in use. Tables appear to have been portable and supported upon trestles, fixed or folding, which were cleared out of the way at the end of a meal. Thus, Charlemagne possessed 3 tables of silver and 1 of gold, probably made of wood and covered with plates of the precious metals. The custom of serving dinner at several small tables, which is often supposed to be a modern refinement, was followed in the French chateau and probably also in the English castles as early as the 13th century. Refectory tables first appeared at least as early as the 17th century as an advancement of the trestle table. These tables were typically quite long and wide and capable of supporting a sizable banquet in the great hall or other reception room of a castle.